The playoffs, everybody! We are in our first match. The playoffs have finally started. So what does that mean? First of all, it means that we have best of 5 series in our hands now. It also means that we are currently in the winner bracket. The leaderboard, the top 8, they qualified for the main event, which is the playoffs. We're going to run this over 3 days, and it's going to be glorious. In our first round, we have Team going up against the Corridor Comrades. And it should be a good one. Again, the teams that made it into the top 4 of the top 8, they start in the winner bracket. The bottom 4 of the top 8, they start in the lower bracket. And it should be a lot of fun right now. The one team that didn't make it is Chili Mountain, of course. If you watched the last qualifier, you know that already. But the Donuts made it in. Bit of a last moment attempt by them to qualify, and they pulled it off. Another thing that obviously has to be pointed out once again is that we have also a bit of an additional incentive for the players, because the top 4 within the tournament here will also qualify for the next Meta Madness, which is just around the corner. So pretty epic, of course, for them to qualify for a tournament. Position really well. And with that, we are setting things up. Another quick PSA in case that you guys weren't aware of it, despite all of the tweets and threads and Facebook posts that were posted about it. Zagara has been disabled by Blizzard. So Zagara is currently completely banned and removed from the game and can't be chosen, which is why you're not going to see any Zagara bans or picks. So that's a bit confusing to you. That's the reason why. We have a big focus on support bans, by the way. So Uther, Lucio, and Stukov are banned, and they're continuing the trend with a quick ban on Malfurion here in Battlefield of Eternity. So they are really starting to limit all of this. That is getting a little bit crazy. Dequaza and his boys with the first pick now, and we get Li Ming, the poke against the Immortal, therefore prioritized for them. One hero, of course, that is still up for grabs, that can chunk out a lot of damage, is Vala. So we have seen a ton of Vala bans and Zagara bans over the last couple of weeks. With Zagara now being out of the picture, the ban strategies are going to change a bit, and that will maybe also affect Vala to an extent. But for now, Li Ming gets prioritized, and the red team, the Comrades, with Brightwing and Chromie. Alright, here we go. Okay, let's see what we're gonna get with this, because for now, we have still nobody committing to a Vala pick. We have Brightwing in as the support. Technically, if the blue team doesn't lock one in, we could see another one banned out by the Comrades to limit the options even further. I don't really think that's going to come to that. Very likely Team Wa is now going to choose the support, and there's plenty around. And they don't! Now, Ana is still up. They got Kane is, of course, also up. So there's plenty of supports that you can still take. Only naming 2 examples. But we have the combo with the Nubarak and Urel. You might have already figured it out too. Zelia is playing today for the team again. And him on the tank was one of the most terrifying things that I've seen over the last couple of weeks. I mean, we all knew that Zelia was good. He played DPS in the past. He played a fantastic support too. But yeah, we haven't really seen him all that much in a main tank role. And now that he jumped in and filled Masquerade's shoes, as Masquerade wasn't able to play here, we all of a sudden saw Zelia just beasting it at the front line and destroying everybody. It was just fucking terrifying. So here in Battlefield, he plays Inuburak again for all those big engagers. When it comes to follow-ups, they would probably love someone that can lock the target in even further. Ana gets banned, so exactly what I talked about a second ago with the Comrades targeting supports is now happening. Muradin, also banned. I mean, one of the reasons you want to get rid of the Dwarf here is a good Stormbolt followed up by Chromie's damage might put you into some trouble. So you got to be careful around that. With Banana H on the blue team side, you are not going to be able to ban him out. That's just not happening. So he can just play whatever support is left here. But we have plenty, so he has still a few choices to make. Blaze and Garrosh are locked in for the Comrades. Alright. Blaze and Garrosh now in for them. So stuns, Polymorph is in, Garrosh can also play with his CC, and Chroma will attempt to follow up on that time and time again. But we still need a hero for Dino and also support. So what are we going to get here? Battlefield of Eternity, and the blue team is rounding out their draft with a pick on Hanzo and Deckard Kane. The old geezer is in. It's boomer time, baby. And Alfredo. I could see him on Vala again, but they both decided to not go for her early on here. So they still need some additional damage. It's not alone to rely on Chromie. Even if you wanted to go for a full-on front line, you need a third melee that does damage. But I very much so doubt that that's going to be the pick here. So a little bit more range poke. And it's Tracer in this case. Okay, Tracer is in. Battlefield of Eternity, everybody. That kicks us off in the first match of the winner bracket here at the XCup Summer Playoffs. So let's head straight into game number 1 in this best of 5 series between Team Wah and the Corridor Comrades. Game number 1, we have our best of 5 kicking off with the Quasar on Urel for the blue team. We got Azerite on Liming for all the poke. Banana H is playing Deckard Kane with a Sapphire on level 1. Hanzo played by Dainu. Zelia is playing in Uburak. That's the one thing that is absolutely terrifying and will be his engages were fantastic throughout the entire tournament whenever he played the main tank. For the Comrades, we got Erwin on Garrosh, Alfredo on Tracer, Vexu on Brightwing, Menelor on Blaze, and Nano, literally boosted, is playing Chromie. So, let's go and see how our 4-man at the bottom of the map is shaping up, if we're gonna maybe even get an early kill or something like that. For now, we just got the standard poke happening. We have on level 1 the Adrenaline Stim Pack. And Zelia, look at that. That was actually really nicely done by the Comrades. A good flip from Erwin against Nuburak, and then the follow-up from Chromie on point. So Nano with a good eye there. Zelia dodging out on some of it, but he got dropped heavily here. And of course Alfredo with Tracer is trying to poke this out as well. So very aggressive early game from both of the teams as they're trying to get some damage connected. Especially the blue team is pushing the agenda now, attempting to take some of those bottom structures down a notch. So far it's not really happening here. As we're heading into the game, I want to point out once again also that we have 4,000 euros of prize money. Oh, ho, ho, ho! The prize first is the kill, but we got a double. Inuburak dies, but Tracer, who went in for the final blow, also sacrificed her life for it. But as I was about to say, we have 4,000 euros of prize money on the line for all of this, and some of you might already know, but if you just catch the playoffs now, all of this has been sponsored by a private Heroes of the Storm fan who has been part of the community ever since the alpha of the game already. Esports fan that watched HGC, watched before HGC and after, and wants to support the community here. So a big shout out to our Mr. X as we have the big engage happening and Avin being in trouble. Urel is moving in. The old man on the other hand is dead already. They're trying to go for Azerite, and that's the second kill. Alfredo chunking them down here, and it seems like the red team is stealing the camp away, and they also dropped the Space Goat. Urel is down. Tracer gets it in the face as Hanzo connects the arrows, but that is totally worth it. We have 4 kills to 3 in favor of the Corridor Comrades, and they steal the bottom camp too. Absolutely fantastic. Nicely done here. Good aggression from the beginning between the two teams, and it results in an early level 4 for the Corridor Comrades. Good stuff. Yeah, the Corridor Comrades, they've done very well during the playoffs. I mean, if you think about it, if you look at the beginning of the entire season and all of the qualification tournaments that we had, most people wouldn't really have thought that they are going to make it into the top 4. But they were able in the last qualifier to push into the top 4, which guaranteed them a slot in the winner bracket, which is actually quite important here. So nicely done by our boys in red here. And they have, therefore the chance to continue with the event even if they lose one match. Now, of course, in the first round, they got a very, very tough opponent, and taking Team Wah down in any series is tough. Facing off against them in a best of 5, even more so. But with a little bit of luck and some disciplined play, the Corridor Comrades might be able to cause an upset here. For now, they are about to lock in the halftime show, but the blue team is a bit faster. There's also still the Shaman camp at the bottom that they're pushing in against the structure. Same thing is, by the way, happening topside, but as you can tell, the towers already did their thing. And now it's time for them to try and defend here. De Quasar jumps in once again, gets flipped into the stun of the Immortal. Well played. But there's not enough follow-up to seriously threaten the Space Goat. De Quasar and his boys, they can take down the Immortal. Tracer trying to zip out, and the recall doesn't save Alfredo. They are absolutely on point when it gets to Tracer positioning and targeting her. And that leads to another kill. And Dino's even threatening Nano again. So Chromie is waddling away, our little dwarf over here. Chromie is still a fake dragon. I know, they're going all for the Gnomie, and it's just like, oh, she's really a dragon, you know. And as I keep saying, no self-respecting dragon would take that form. Why the fuck would you do that? If you're a dragon, you know, you're majestic, you're big, you're dangerous, you're threatening, and you're not voluntarily taking that form. Am I kidding me? Even the glow skin over here, that's just not enough. So yeah, Chromie with the glowworm skin. Ah, come on, shut up. Yeah, she likes it. So, 4 kills to 4. Top side has already been defended. Team WoW was able to do some damage, but not enough. So it's not like we take a fort down or anything. Instead, we have 4 kills to 4 and both teams on even experience now. So far, so good. And I actually like it. This is so far a very even game between the two of them. Alfredo is in trouble again. Don't get me wrong, he's been doing quite some damage. He came in and took several of the heroes down on the other side, but then at the same time, he also died 3 times. So a lot of the aggressive plays are being punished by him now, so he needs to thread that needle a little bit better. Evan also getting attacked again, but now we have the temporal loop on Chromie's side, so that's happening. And here we go, top side, that's what they're looking for. Nano with Chromie is supplying some of the vision. Nano, they're trying to go for Chromester, and she gets away. But that was a little bit close. That's always one of those things that surprises me when we're talking about, you know, movement speed in general. I mean, look at Nomi. With those legs, how can she be as fast as someone that's like twice as tall? Anubarak is down, talking about quick. He went quickly down, and Dequaza is likely gonna die too. No, maybe not. Urel, the space code. Look at that. The Divine Steed allows her nearly to escape. Well, scratched nearly. She actually got out. But that's still 5 kills to 4 in favor of the Comrades. They're doing well. I like it. I like it. They lost the objective, but they're not giving up here. They're coming back in, and they're doing some work. Double check at the top to see what's happening here. Level 7, we got the Oppressor now. We also have the critical mist in at the same time as the objective spawns. And it's party time again. Level 10. I mean, look at experience. I'm actually impressed. The Comrades are a bit farther ahead in XP too, which could result in an early level 10 ability for them. Chromie with the temporal loop. Oh, and the kill against Hanzo. Beautiful. Nano, baby, with some solid damage. Azurite getting attacked as Tracer's moving back out, but they're going for Dequaza at the bottom of the map. The goat in trouble. In comes Evan, but space created. Chromie is already at the top at the Immortal and is starting to take it down slowly but steadily as level 10 approaches for the Comrades. Yeah, they are doing incredibly well at that second objective. I am impressed. Halftime show is already locked in. Hanzo, by the way, is back. He got sent to the Gulag pretty quickly in the last fight with that nice Chromie comp that we saw here, but somehow he was able to escape early, so he's back to business and in the game. But with 6 kills to 4, both teams are now relying on level 10 abilities. That gives us the stay a while and listen. But first of all, we're getting an arrow to the face of Teresa, and she pulls a Houdini and disappears. Yeah, the old man telling stories that nobody wants to listen to, Garrosh included, so he already ran away, wasn't even caught by that. Good for him. But then we got the bunker. They're still attempting to somehow take that objective, but of course Team Y is fighting back now. Here comes the damage. They're going in for the party. They're trying to take it down. A little bit more poke is needed though, and Chromie helps out with Garrosh to secure it for the team. Yeah, first objective for them. The Chromester is dead on the other hand. And that is trouble. Evan, no, the stun, maybe. Haha, Dequaza jumps in, pushes them back out, and that's the kill. Well done. Team Wa loses the objective, but then dishes out all the damage, gets the kills that they need to make this defense as easy as possible. With some nice plays, especially by Dequaza on Urel, as he moved in and ensured that nobody on the side of the Comrades was able to move out here. Now, they lose some of the wall. Well, they lose the entire wall. But they can maybe take that one down at the top. The gate is gone, but I don't think they can really take the towers down. Maybe one of them, if that. Going for the camp, on the other hand, is definitely a possibility for them. So we got a spicy one on our hands. And I want to give a bit of a shout out to the Corridor Comrades. Going up against Team Wa is by no means easy. We've seen that throughout the qualifiers. They won how many qualifiers? 6, 7? I think they won 6 qualifiers and came in second once. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. And that is amazing. That's absolutely incredible. They were by far the strongest team in the qualifiers for sure. And of course, the big question is now, how can you take them down? Who takes them down? Banana H is coming in, telling stories again. Oh, stay a while and listen, sweet summer child. Back in my day, phones had a cable. But yeah, didn't really do anything. I mean, if he does it, you know, time and time again, and at some point your ears start bleeding and you're in danger of dying, but since there was no follow-up, Deckard was only able to prevent Garrosh from moving in and creating a kill opportunity, which is pretty much all that he had to do here. A little bit of experience should be trying caught at the top. Next objective is up as well. The goat gets thrown around a bit. It's gonna go for the hoppity hop anyways. And it is objective time again, but there's only one team at level 13 talents. Yeah, a bit of an advantage, not for long though. To go for the camp. Should be able to take it. And yep. Well, we can go for a Dino, Banana H, already going in there. Deckard Cain hitting them with a stick. And there's the level 30 now on both ends. Okay, once again, even talent fight. We're heading into the battle, and who's gonna take it here? Avin already in trouble as the fight starts. The arrow, beautiful connect. Oh, that was a nice one. Deckard Cain also with a play, and Garrosh dies. But that combo was absolutely fantastic. It was so good that we're going to take another look at it. So, let's check it out here. I mean, as you can see, they try and run away. The arrow connects. Bam! Urel jumps in, pushes them out. And of course, there's Deckard Cain telling them tales of woo, and boom. Down goes not only Tracer, she dies first, but also a few seconds later Garrosh. So nicely done, and that's the coordination that we can expect from the blue teams throughout the tournament. They are the ones to beat, there's no denying it. They are the team to beat during this event. And it won't be easy, but maybe some of the teams might be able to pull it off here. The Comrades are currently trying. So they're coming in again, a little bit more action, but the Immortal is already down. This is super low. And the only thing that can prevent a disaster here for the Comrades is a team fight that they decide in their favor and lock a few kills in so that they get some map control that allows them to at least take some of the hit points of the blue team's Immortal off. It's not like you necessarily have to win this one, but if you don't even do any damage, that would be a disaster. And Liming is poking away from a distance, as you would expect. Here comes the fight for Zelia. Zelia moving out, good for him, but that's the taunt! And that's a kill. The goat is down. Nicely done. The Comrades stepping up to the play when the pressure is increasing. They are ready. They're thriving. And they're looking for more kills here. Finally, some damage against the blue team's Immortal. That is a great move. Ult and kill as Chromie locks it in. Banana H with a nice ult himself, but it is definitely not enough to stop Liming from falling. And kudos to the Comrades. They are really putting up a fight here. I'm so impressed. I expected this to be maybe a little bit of a stomp. And I mean, it might still be, but they are putting Team Wa to the test here. There is, I mean, again, there's no doubt about it. Look at this. 8 kills to 9 in game number 1. I mean, are you kidding me? Not sure if Team Wa is awake yet. We're talking gamers here. They probably just woke up half an hour ago. But now that we're having a poke battle in the middle of the map for the 3rd objective, we also have at the bot lane a big wave coming in, and Dequaza is enhancing this push even further. And yeah, that is the end of the fort. So it seems like they're going to sacrifice it just so that they can take the Immortal. Double hit! That could be a problem. Good stun from Blaze to prevent the worst. If Blaze doesn't connect that jet propulsion, that could have been a huge problem in the long run. Azerite still attempts to go for the kill, but can't make it happen. But as already highlighted, they are not able to get anything done down here at the bottom. So yeah, this one is down. But now it's time to push with the Immortal at the top side. Problematic is the level 16 that we're going to see soon. But another kill. Hanzo is dead again. They're Comrades, everybody. I am so impressed. And they are making this push super dangerous. Blaze is at the bottom of the map. He's trying to join up with the rest of the team. But they're already fighting a 4 versus 4. And Blaze is going to turn it into a numbers advantage. They're going for keep. They are already going for keep right here. So this is getting really difficult. 16 is available to both teams. Epicenter is in another 10 seconds until our boy Hanzo is back to business. They're not fully pushing for the keep just yet. Quasar, they're trying to rush in. I think they could have pushed this. With a 5 versus 4, it's tricky. They try to go for the Quasar, but they can't take the space go down either. That would have been a great kill, of course. If they can stagger a few deaths on the blue team side, that would give him a big lead here. As it stands, they are ahead though. They still hold on to 1 fort at the top. 16 versus 16. 9 kills to 9. And that is so much more than I expected. Yeah, I'm having fun here, guys. This is awesome. This is some awesome shit that we're seeing now. Here comes the stun, the combo, the kill. Celia is down. Brightwing is still alive, and they go for the double kill. The old man is dead too. Deckard Kane is dead. The fuck is happening here today? The Comrades, they are playing an absolute spectacular first map in this best of 5. Oh, but Azerite coming in with a big hit against Tracer, and she goes down. Tracer dead. Didn't see this one coming. 6 kills against Tracer. Yeah, she's getting a bit farmed here, but the kill count is still pretty fantastic. What a game. What a game to kick off the playoffs. I'm such a happy panda here. That is awesome stuff. And guys, if you're watching this shit on YouTube, then hit that like button. The games are already starting off with a bang. The XCup Summer. Absolutely fantastic here as we're starting things off on Battlefield of Eternity. And the Comrades stepping up to the plate to seriously threaten the favorite to win it all. Team, wow, all of a sudden under pressure. They're dealing well with it, don't get me wrong. They haven't lost the keep yet. But they're definitely being put to the test here. With 16 minutes on the board, the advantage goes to the red team, as they have also a camp pushing the top lane, which technically could lead to a keep that gets destroyed. But they're locking in the halftime show very, very quickly. Oh, and that, if that happens, no, Brightwing! Brightwing moves in half a second too late. The heal doesn't connect. Brightwing dies, and so does Garrosh. And that's, of course, that is so unfortunate. That's the worst case scenario right here. Topside pressure is there, and that's a big Immortal that we're talking about now. Ooh, yeah. 12 kills to 11. Urel is starting to deal with the Shaman up at the top. But this is an absolute disaster. Garrosh got caught. Brightwing was trying to save the frontliner. And then what happened is that Brightwing just arrived a second too late. The heal did not connect. Garrosh died. Brightwing all alone. And that's maybe even the end of all of this. So at this point, we have the top fort destroyed before the Immortal is even here. But now they somehow have to deal with this push. And I am not so sure. I don't think they can save that keep. They have 5 back up on the map, but there's also a gap in experience now between the two teams that is slowly increasing. And the sooner that the blue team gets to level 20, the more trouble the Comrades are in. This is why they are pushing this heavily. They're diving, and they're diving deep because they're desperately trying to get that kill, but they can't. Instead, it's once again a trade on Garrosh. They're trying to go for Erwin. The heal is here. Erwin, 3 hit points, but he dies. 3 of them are down. 3 eliminated. That has to be the end of the game. Level 20 is on the board. Team, wow, they were struggling, but now they are dropping them one after another. They're playing whack-a-mole. They're coming in with kill after kill. Alfredo is still alive, but for how much longer? And the keep is already gone. The core is about to get attacked. Alfredo running away. Game number 1. It is ending here, right now, with a 5-kill advantage. The blue team is locking in the victory. Nicely done and well played. That was an absolutely incredible finish here. The perfect fight for the blue team as they are chasing Alfredo a little bit more. He wants to get Azerite, but he can't. And the lead in the best of 5 goes to the blue team with a victory on Battlefield of Eternity. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Infernal Shrines, game number 2. Team, wow, with a victory on the first map. But I still gotta say, the Comrades, they made it a lot more difficult for the blue team than they probably expected. So now as we're heading into the second map, we have Infernal Shrines coming up in our best of 5. We're still in the winner bracket, of course, of the tournament, the XCup Summer Playoffs 4,000 euros of prize money are on the line here. Yeah, and this is going to be Gucci. This is going to be fun. Hogger gets banned out. Different map, of course. I mean, what can we expect here? Vala definitely playing a role. Tyke is playing a role on this map. Junkrat already banned out. When it comes to supports that we're most likely going to see either banned or picked, Stukov and Malfurion come to mind immediately, of course. Anything that allows it to control the choke points is usually very strong and something that the teams are going for. And, well, we have Tychus banned, okay? So no pick on him, no Odin on this map. It's just a little bit too strong. And an Uther ban on top of it, okay. On the last map, I gotta say that Alfredo was really struggling on Tracer. That's partly because they didn't have as much support for Tracer as they probably would have liked, but at the same time, you could see that the blue team kept very good track of the position of Tracer and then followed the recalls exceptionally well to make sure that they can take him down. So now we have Vala as a first pick. She was ignored on the last map and wasn't taken, but now Nano is locking it in immediately. Now, once that you have Vala, there's of course some picks that sometimes come with her. You can support her outside of a double support combination, either with a triple frontline, have her as the only damage dealer from afar, or you can put in, let's say, a Zarya or a Medivh and help her out too. That's what we normally see. But for now, what's the opening for the blue team? They go for Leo for the wave clear, and we get Brightwing for Banana Age. Okay, time to suffer. There's the Stukov pick. And they're hesitating. Oh, last one. Okay, Stukov was a given for them. What do we get with that? You want to have some kind of pre-stun, so that means Nubarak is pretty... Well, you could on this... We've seen a couple of Stitches plays. Even on this map, you can, of course, play. Normally, you're making the argument, you know, that those minions are in the way when you try to land the hook, but it's a possibility. We get Menaldor and Dehaka first. Yeah, but together with Stukov, Nubarak always comes to mind. Varian, a couple of months back, would have been an immediate pick or ban once that Stukov goes through. But you can also do a bit more. I mean, with Stukov, multiple of double support positions are also now available to them if they want to support Vala together with that, so they can do all of that. But yeah, next ban is coming out and Nubarak gets banned. That's something that you're risking if you're not picking Stukov with a noob or with ever who you want to be the main tank that can provide the initial stun. Muradin can obviously do that as well. Once the dwarf jumps in, you can get that done pretty quickly. I mean, there's plenty. You can also play Jojo. Jojo has a bit more wave clear on the shrine. She can start with the Blessed Shield. Depending on what happens on the other side, you can also try and go for the Falling Sword and put some pressure onto a backliner. If the opponent plays Ana, for example, that's really nice because she's very stationary, doesn't have a chance to escape really. Dibbles gets banned, so no wall stuns. And what are we getting from our crybabies over here? What is Dino going to take, for example? What's Dino going to lock in? And also, what is Zelia playing this time? Zelia's logging Muradin. Okay, so that's another pre-stun hero taken away from the red team that they could have used. And Hanzo together with it. There's a couple of combos. And the arrows that we saw in the previous game were also absolutely on point. So that was pretty strong too. But what exactly do the Comrades have planned? I mean, they got Vala, so it's all a question of how do you want to play her? Do you want to play her as a hyper carry, then you need a bit more support for her, or at least a strong front line, or do you add a second damage dealer? Jojo is in, and we get Whitemane. Guys, we have the double support right here. Okay, so the setup is ready. Whitemane is in the game. Double support, double front line, Vala, hyper carry. And the last pick, Azerite with Kerrigan. Alrighty, let's go. Game number 2 of the best of 5 series. Infernal Shrines is our map. And our match between the Corridor Comrades and Team Wa, the blue team in the lead. Let's find out if the Comrades can bring it back and tie the series. Infernal Shrines, our second map in the best of 5. Dequaza on Leoric for Team Wa. Coming in with the Consume Vitality, we have Azerite on Kerrigan, Dino with Hanzo, and Zelia at the front line. He's playing Muradin. We got Banana Age on Brightwing for the blue team. On the right side of the map, we got Nano on Vala, going straight up for the stacks on his multi-shot, of course. Alfredo with Whitemane, heading on level 1 into Pity the Frail. Erwin on Jojo, Menaldor on Dehaka. Stukov is getting played by Vixu. So, all about the double support. The double support Vala for the team in red. And that means there's a lot of pressure on Nano now. Erwin at the front with his Jojo also needs to try and, of course, zone a little bit for that backline. Already the first combo coming in as Azurite with Karrigan is making the engage for Meneldur, but the Haka is moving out. The heals are here. Vala is also still fine, so is Alfredo. And we get the first few globes for our girl at the front. Jojo with the Laws of Hope trying to get that self-sustain right here. Okay. With that, all the way up at the top, our 1 versus 1 is now set up. Leo is obviously part of it. So Leoric against the Haka is happening here. And Zelia is already zoning them out a little bit. Using those vents, slowing them down, slowing the rotations, getting a few storm bolts connected, a little bit of body blocking. And he's doing an exceptional job of forcing Erwin not only to use his Iron Skin, but also to drop him a bit low and force a tap on the fountain. So good for him. Easy start right here. With that, we still have our attack at the bottom of the map as teams are trying to make a play for those camps that came up at the 1 minute mark. Karrigan is at the top left. So they are going for a bit of a two-pronged approach here. Zelia still flanking, yeah. Dino, they thought he was exposed, but that wasn't the case. And now Zelia's trying to hold the point here. Blue team is bringing it in with everything that they have. The camp is about to be taken, but the Haka is also coming through. The global being used here, and they're looking for the kill, and they're getting it. Nicely done with Stukov and the Lurking Arm. Able to isolate Leoric. He couldn't get out, and that's a kill. First kill plus the camp for the Corridor Comrades. Once again, they are starting with some early aggression here. They did it in game number 1. And now they're doing it in game number 2. Zero respect here. I like it. So, Meneldur already moving towards the top. Dequaza also. Rest of the team still figuring out what the next move is. And it seems that the Comrades are trying to go for their own camp on the right side. But of course, with the objective being announced any second, the blue team has already started to fall to their own shaman camp so that they can make a play with those shamans. Level 4 talents have also kicked in. When we're talking about the Shaman Camp, it's important to also point out that it's the top lane that we're talking about this time in regards to the Shrine. So it's not going to do as much as you would think. And up here at the top, Dequaza is already sitting tight. Meneldur is a little bit low. He has to channel his inner Genji because I think he needs some healing. As of right now as well. And top side, we got Dino and Banana Age already lying in wait. But the Shrine belongs to the red team, at least initially. And let's not forget that they also have, of course, the Haka. Brightwing already has to move in to save Dequaza as Leo gets attacked. And before he can activate the trade value again, Brightwing helps out. But the Haka and Karrigan are still missing from the fight. Good damage on the other hand against Jojo. She's already moving out. The Haka is coming in, is looking for the drag. And yeah, can't connect it yet. But they're getting the kill against Hanzo. Hanzo down. They're making a play for the next two. And Zelia is once again low. Nano nearly dropped him here. But the blue team is retreating. Karrigan does not land the combo as Azurite is joining the battle. And now with 22 to 18 stacks towards the objective, the red team is starting to pull ahead. Level 7, a little bit faster for Team Wah, which allows them to get that small power spike, of course. We're going to see it in a few seconds for the Comrades too, but the fight is already full on, and Hanzo is coming back. They're trying to get the kill against the Haka. He's moving out. The level 7s are ready, but who is getting the next kill here? Azurite is a little bit low. They're trying to focus on Karrigan, and that could be the kill, and indeed it is. But the Haka is down. Gets murdered in the fight. The dinosaur extinct once again. Hashtag never lucky. The team locks in the Punisher though. So now the top lane is going to get attacked by the Comrades. The first objective is theirs. A few stacks for Vala. She now has the 14 on the fire at will. The bait over the wall is already happening. And the main objective for the Comrades is, of course, to take that wall down. Drop the wall. Get the Haka in position at the mid and bot lane to soak the experience. And just start the games up for them. Yeah, Zelia looking for potential aggression even. Bakesur is saying like, well, maybe not the best place to try in Hearthstone, so let's back off. But generally speaking, it's looking pretty good now. because the double support is difficult to break through. So Zelia and his boys, they have to target the damage very specifically. Intercession is of course also going to be really important considering how many stuns we have on the side of Team Wah. So that's something that you definitely need to keep in mind whenever the blue team engages, so that you can save the targets here. Yeah, but it's once more the team in blue that pulls ahead slightly in experience, and an early level 10 can mean a lot. They're looking for kills. Zelia, I mean, no fucks given. He just jumps in. 4 enemies? Ah, easy. Let's go. 1v4, baby. Knows, of course, that he has the rest of the team behind him. And they take the camp. They take the camp and they want more. There's another one up for grabs that they could attack now. Dihaka is still at the top, but even some damage down at the bottom wall would be neat. And Muradin is getting out of all of this. No problem for him. Has his level 10, the baseline therefore completed. And we see him as usual with the avatar. Have at the same time the ultraless gain for Karrigan. A bit more stun, a bit more CC. And here comes the falling sword for Jojo. Allows her to jump out of the fight, of course, but can also try and re-engage a bit in these fights that we see on the shrine. Zelia, I mean, he is seriously aggressive. Is forced to use Avatar now. So that's a cooldown that got burned. And that might hurt. That's a 90-second cooldown he just activated. And it's not going to take too long for the next objective to be announced. So that lockdown that we saw with the Rain of Vengeance from Vala was worth quite a bit. 11 stacks, by the way, for Jojo's level 1. So it's a bit more healing that she now gets for herself. We shouldn't really see an advantage. Oh, Meme Strike! We have the Meme Strike in action, everybody! Yeah, as a zoning tool, it can be quite nice. That's, by the way, one of the few things we also have to give an A complete credit. We had several players in North America that got very good value out of the Meme Strike in the past year, used it as a zoning tool and did extremely well with it before level 20. Everybody, of course, knows that once you hit level 20, you can use that ult so many times that it's incredibly useful, or can be at least. But yeah, an A places a bit more. Now, if you hit your dragon arrows, on the other hand, with good stuns, then that's most of the time a bit more beneficial to the team in general. But on an objective like this, you can play some Meme Strike plays. But either way, here comes the next move. The bot lane got already attacked and we have a fight happening before the objective is even there. The problem is that Leo isn't ready. And Zelia, he is a little bit lost. The dwarf is lost. I have no idea what that was. That was kind of telegraphed. I'm not so sure why exactly that came as a shock to them. They could have intercepted the dwarf, but now, yeah, that's unlucky. An interrupt there would have been great, because that means that Muradin is completely missing for the fight, but as it stands, the comrades still get the head start, so I suppose that's neat. But a kill on Muradin would of course have been the cherry on top of the cake here, as he could have pulled that off. Anyways, 31 stacks for Vala. She's trying to rack up the damage. Jojo in trouble. Rain of Vengeance. The combo. And they try for the kill. But there's the Entomb. And they use it together with a Meme Strike. It tickles Whitemane a bit. And that doesn't really matter too much for her. But as 3 more heroes engage upon the support, she nearly falls. It is Stukov that saves the day. But they're making a second play for Whitemane. Alfredo on the run. They're going deep for this, but the double support has an insane amount of sustain and is still alive here. The blue team is pulling ahead on the objective now too. And this is just getting insane. So now we have 3 kills to 1. The level 13 talent advantage for Team Wah is kicking in full time. Muradin deep in enemy territory as Zelia is trying to zone them out and slow them down. Hits those storm bolts once again, but the Punisher in the mid lane is already taken, and this fort is screwed. All the way at the top, we got we have our push for the next fort here. Here comes the next play, also for Nano. Okay, careful. Nano and Rain of Vengeance. That, oh, the dodge, but the kill. Hanzo, Dino comes in and takes them down, but the counter kill against Brightwing. Karrigan is all the way down at the bottom of the map. The Punisher is already taking down the fort in the middle, but Karrigan is making it too. Kill against Leo. I think it's absolutely worth it though, because they get so much structural damage. It is incredible. Okay. Now we have the Punisher, a little bit baited over here in the middle. Of course, try to save as much from the keyboard as they can. But that's also a frozen Punisher, and those bad boys hurt. Azerite at the bot lane, going for the camp. Chrysalis is now in. Ooh, 2 kills to 5. I mean, again, we have 5 kills for the red team, but the blue team is ahead with an entire level right now. An entire level at this point. 31,000 for Hanzo. The damage output, top damage in the game. Vala a close second with a 30k. But more and more on the map is taken by them. Brightwing gets attacked again. Banana! Ah, he's dead. Banana H is down. Dequaza also on the run here. The only one that hasn't died on the blue team side yet is Murden. And Kerrigan? Yeah, the isolation didn't connect. That's unfortunate. But they're trying to make a play for Zelia. Alright, here's the push. They're trying to keep Hexu alive. The combo. Alfredo in trouble. Both of the supports are in really bad spots. And they get farmed as the blue team goes for it. And now the Corridor Comrades have to pull out of the fight. 16 to 15. We're looking at 6 kills to 4. The lead is still there, but they're losing ground on the map. Not only have they lost 2 forts, it seems that they might even have to sacrifice the keep in the middle. Probably not just now, but every bit of damage that you can put in works. Zelia, by the way, I love the fact that he is just so incredibly jumpy with the dwarf. As Murden players go, Zelia is just all over the place. I mean, he was always a bit of a crazy one, but he is just hopping around like a bunny on speed. So I'm not quite sure what drives him, but if it's Duracell batteries, then yeah, he's gonna jump all day, every day. He's on it. Fort at the top is also down. Carrigan did the job there. The bottom of the map, the camp is still pushing this in a little bit deeper. Big problem for the Comrades is, of course, that they still don't hold their level 16 talent, so they don't want to fight with even numbers at least against an opponent that has a talent advantage over them. Yeah, that's an issue. 6 kills to 4. Yeah, the camp gets stolen, doesn't it? They still don't have the level 16. The timing is really working against them, and now Evan is getting attacked too. Azerite was thinking, as you can see, about going in and attempting to land a combo with Kerrigan. And with level 16, we get punishment. So, trying for even more punishment after Gloom. And on top of this, the harsh discipline. Yeah, there we go. Elongated tongue. And that continuous poke is just disastrous. Look at the minimap also. Leo is still at the top. But there we have it. The lock against Muradin Zelia. He's going to hop out eventually, but is forced to drop Avatar once again. This time they also came through with Dehaka on the other side and attempted to stop him, but they couldn't. Especially since some support for him was already there. And here we have it. Another defense at the top. 53 stacks by now also for Vala. Another objective up. And the air is getting pretty thin up here for the Comrades. They need to step it up. Bit of a weird thing to say, considering that they have 6 kills in total. It's not too bad. But now they might be in real trouble here because they are... Oh, nice! That was a really nice attempt at an escape here, dodging out on the Ultralisk and the combo. Meneldo is making it out, and that's a lot of time that was just used by them to try and get that kill, which didn't happen. Brightwing is now helping out. Murden's jumping in too, but still, that is a decent fight so far for the Comrades. Meme Strike is out. Bit of damage is in. Azerite is trying to go for the combo, and he locks it in against Nano. Can they save the target? The mace to the face. Murden jumping in deep, and it's a kill against Vala. Even with a double support, she gets eliminated. White Mane also gets the Vala treatment. Dehaka dies too. Up at the top, Vexu is getting zoned by Azerite and Leo. They're going for 4 kills. They're going for the 5-man wipe here. They want everybody. They want everybody. 5-man team wipe, baby, as they go deep for the kill. Mid lane completely exposed. Team, wow, finding their rhythm in game number 2 as they push the agenda. They have 9 kills against 6. Level 20 is in, and the core is wide open right here now. They're starting to make the play to lock in the 2-0 lead in the best of 5 series. The first match of the XCup Summer Playoffs. Core already falling. Bit of a zone still happening here. They try and go for a quick kill, and they get it. Vala, she came, she saw, she died. Veni VDBG as we head into game number 3. Tiwa locking in the 2-0 lead. Let's go! Game number 3. The best of 5 continues and could conclude on Tomb of the Spider Queen, our next map. Maybe even the final one. It depends a bit on what's going on with the comrades now. Now, they have been trying. You can't blame them. They have been pulling everything off they can. But they go off against the... I mean, they go up against the team that is currently the one that is supposed to, you know, win... Well, not supposed to win the tournament, don't get me wrong. They are the ones that you have to beat, because out of the 7 tournaments that they participated in, they won 6 of them. So they won 6 tournaments, only... well, lost once in the grand final. They came in second in the other one that they played. And they are just absolutely incredible. They work like... I mean, you've seen it. They have so much synergy and they're so good at coordinating things. Maybe in game number 1 it wasn't totally transparent, but it felt that towards the second game, Infernal Shrines, they did way better there already. So they are the team to beat. That's definitely given. There are a couple of contenders. Don't get me wrong. We got the Donuts, we got the Hardos in. So there are a lot of strong teams that can take them down. And if some of the players on the side of Team WoW have an off day and someone else steps it up, we could also see some upsets here. All I want to say here is it doesn't come as a surprise that they start this tournament with a strong performance and give the comrades some trouble. But the comrades stepped it up. I'm honestly impressed at how well they played, especially on the first map, but even on the second, we had some really nice plays by them. And they, of course, want to go far here. Every single team that participates in these playoffs gets some prize money, and the only question is really, which place do you maintain at the end of the event? And let's not forget, if you place within the top 4, you directly qualify for the upcoming Meta Madness. So that's also super, super important, which is why the teams are going to fight tooth and nail. As we're heading into Tomb, Vala is banned, but we get the pick on Tychus. So the Renegade finally makes it into one of the games. It wasn't picked in game number 1, wasn't picked in game number 2. It was banned, actually, in the second game. So now we get him. And Chromie has been banned, as was Junkrat. Poor Junkrat. Doesn't get any love here. It's unfortunate for him. But double pick on Tomb. You can do a lot of shenanigans with all of the wave clear, of course. Malfurion and Urel. Ooh, that's a Tracer ban. That's a Tracer ban right there. If you see Malfurion taken by any team, then the first thing that you have in your mind is like, there could be a Tracer. And if you have it taken on the side of Team WoW with Dino and Zelia on the other side, yeah, you want to ban that out. And obviously the blue team knows that, so it feels a little bit like they're baiting a Tracer ban here. Which then again leads me, with all the mind games that are going on, immediately to believe that maybe we're not seeing one? I don't know. But I think at this point... it's going to get a little bit rough. Because no matter what you do, Tracer is going to be a potential pick for the blue team now. And it could be terrifying. Doomed if you do, doomed if you don't. So, Garrosh gets banned. Is it the Tracer ban? Do they lock the cavalry out? Or what else are they afraid of? Because Malfurion plus Tracer is a bit terrifying. It's definitely a little bit terrifying here. Yeah, they really need to think this through, right? And they ban Tracer. You know, I actually like it, because the thing is, even if that was a bit of a bait on the Tracer ban, if you don't ban her and they pick her, first of all, you're going to be super mad at yourself, and second of all, Dino is gonna rip you a new one, so yeah. But there's a lot that you can still do with Malfurion. I mean, the cool thing about him is that he's just so versatile and being used in so many different compositions. You can go for a Nuburak here and combo the stun off together with him. Could play it with Varian, you can play Stitches, you can play anything. And they go for Nuburak again. It honestly seems that Zelia has a bit of a favorite here. Every single time that he gets the chance, he plays a Nuburak, and for very good reason, because he is just absolutely crushing it with that hero. The engages that they make, just simply him zoning out opponents with a good cocoon and then driving the fight past them, his timing is impeccable on them. So Hanzo gets taken together with this once again. We've seen that now for, well, he's picked for the 3rd time in the 3rd game. Gul'dan and Diablo, okay. Gul'dan in the house for additional wave clear and the Horrify, which is of course super important. And that leaves us with the last pick. So a little bit more damage for them would go a long way. We have Azurite as the last pick here on Tomb of the Spider Queen, with easy rotations between the lanes. What are we getting for him? Time to shine and see what they're gonna go for. What's the follow-up damage? Game 3. 2-0 lead for Team Wa, everybody. The last pick is Carrigan again. Once more. Carrigan in the house. The Comrades, everybody, against Team Wa on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game number 3. The best of 5. We could get it here. All depends on how the Comrades perform now. On the left side, the Quasar on Urel. Zelia again on Nuburak. We got Banana Age and Malfurion, so he's going to try and go for the follow-up whenever possible. Azerite is going to do the exact same thing, so there's a huge amount of CC already, which leaves Dino in the position where he has, as Hanzo, the only range damage in the game. Over on the right side of the map, the Corridor Comrades. We got Evan on Diablo, Nano on Gul'dan, starting us off with the Echoed Corruption. Baeksun Brightwing, Alfredo on Tychus, and Mildor on Blaze. Alright, it's time to buckle up and dig deep. If the Comrades want to survive a little bit longer here, this is the one where you have to really start to bring it back. One way or another, it is nearly an impossible task to go for the comeback. They would have to go for a reverse sweep in a best of 5 series, which is doable, but against an opponent like Team Wa, it is insanely difficult. So, we'll see if they can pull it off. Down at the bottom of the map, we got Meneldo against Quasar, but all the way up at the top, Zelia. Zelia just doesn't respect sides, does he now? Normally you see everybody just on their side looking for an engage. Zelia always goes so deep, this time a bit too deep. He gets punished for it, but he's always trying to be that thorn in the opponent's side, which I guess at the end of the day he's supposed to, but he might overdo it just a little bit. Good jet propulsion, really nice hit, but no follow-up on this one. They got the initial kill though, and cut Nuburak short. So with that, there's a chance that they establish a bit more control in the early game. And they could technically already try... Oh, they go for the second kill. They go for the Quasar. Ooh, there it is. The Quasar down. And guys, that's a couple of gems down the drain too. So nicely done. I was thinking initially that all they would try and do here is take the siege giants at the bottom of the map, but that doesn't happen. So instead, we saw that little play. And now, of course, the lead. 2 kills to 0. A little bit of an experience gain that they got. We have the first mercenary camp also attacked as Team Wa is trying to lock in the one on the left side. And down at the bottom, I think eventually now we're going to see the move for the siege giants. And Quasar is back. Meneldo is already double checking. And Quasar is doing the same thing. So it's all about trying to figure out what's going on here. Zelia is once again on a bit of an adventure. I mean, he's just exploring the area, you know? He's just exploring things. Oh, let's see what's over here. Level 4 on both sides. They try for Zelia. They can't. Master Assassin taken by Tychus. Now, again, Master Assassin isn't really about trying to complete the quest. That's not the point of picking the talent. If you can get that, of course, it's great. But it's all about the passive, about the extra attack speed. The Koreans have started to do that. And now we're seeing the Europeans follow suit on it in a lot of cases. And another kill against Zelia, look at that! Yeah, the bug reports are in apparently. So there's a bit of bug fixing going on in the game. As the Corridor Comrades are taking the cockroach down time and time again. That's the second kill already against him. So the front line is suffering. 2 kills against the Nuburak, 1 kill against Urel. Turn-in is there. Nearly. Couple of gems have already been taken apart too. And they're starting to poke it out against Dino now. All about the zoning. There's of course interrupts available with Hanzo in particular against anybody that tries to turn in the gems. Which, by the way, funny as it is, results in the blue team having more gems turned in than the Comrades. And Banana Age is trying to extend that lead a little bit. And they're zoning for him, so now 26 to 14. Kind of funny when you think about it. 3 kills against 0, but it's the team that hasn't gotten a single kill yet that turned in way more. Going a bit for Dino. Get some damage connected. Talk about damage up at the top. Another attempt to go for the damage dealer. But Azerite is definitely eating way more damage than he expected. And Zelia is also on the run. Banana H is realizing that he might be in trouble too. They're zoning him out. And Malfurion gets murdered by Brightwing and Gul'dan. 4 kills to 0. They are extending that lead. Damn. Comrades are angry. Boy. You still need to turn in though. You still haven't turned in. And Quasar with 14 is making it 40. So here's the opportunity now. Yep, and off we go. That's nearly job done. We just need to get the last person down at the bottom turn and place into position. Maynard with the 29. And as Dino dies, they have a very nice shot at making it happen. The Quasar is also getting attacked, but boy, what's happening here? 5 kills to 0? That's an incredible early game. That's a fantastic early game. There's the combo. At least Gul'dan goes down. So good news on that. That's the first kill for them. Menaldor with a 31. Jet propulsion for him. Menaldor, careful. Diablo in trouble. Erwin. And he gets away. Zelia also had to hightail it out of the fight, as he was next on the list. We got 3 stacks towards Tyke's ult. They try to turn in with Azerite to get the first Web Weaver wave. Blue team and red team fighting over the point, but it's the red team that locks it in. Gul'dan is back, but they can't lose Tyke's now, and they do. No, not like this. Azerite with a follow attempt on Dibbles. That doesn't come through. Bit of a stun down here against Urel, but the problem is still that now the objective touches ground without Tyke's being on the map. He'll be back soon, but this push is definitely not as powerful as it could be. And yes, that's the biggest problem. Talking about powerful at the top, Azerite is going for the aggressive moves again. He needs to be careful with 27 gems. If you bite off a little bit more than you can chew, then your team is down a whole lot of gems, and you can't really afford to do that. Menaldor finds himself in a similar spot. As they push the top, Diablo is zoning the middle a little bit. Level 10 is nearly there now. And that might be a spike that helps them if they can force the fight, but it's such a small gap that they really have to force it, and they do! They go for the APOC, and there's the kill! Hanzo is dead again, even going for the Horrify just to be safe. Make sure that Hanzo can't jump away. They get the kill. Bot lane, Menaldor, he's moving out, up at the top. As the hits against Zelia, once again, jumps out, and they're still trying to pressure the top 4 as best they can. And they're doing a decent job here. I don't think that they can take Karrigan down. That would, of course, be just too perfect. But the aggression is still happening. The Quasar now moving in, and that puts Evan in trouble on Diablo. Brightwing with the assist right away. It's a brawl, baby. It's a brawl. Fight after fight. Oh, an A arrow right there. Narrowly missing the target as Alfredo sidesteps it like a boss. Juke City, baby. Inhabitants 1. Alfredo making it happen. So, down at the bot lane, Menaldor, he turned in his gems. That's another big victory for them, because it means that they can't lose those any longer. Playing this a bit safer than what we see so often. 6 kills to 2 now. Yeah, we got a fun one on our hands. Experience, more or less still the same. Nano is on 22 stacks. Once that you have level 16 and the Ruinous Affliction, you want to be done with this. But the level 1 quest is now halfway completed. So, good for them. Next play, the Quasar coming in, and the blue team gets their Web Weavers. It's spider time! Yeah, Evan, unimpressed. Fully stacked Diablo, he's unimpressed. He doesn't care. At least not just yet. Hanzo's arrow gonna be back in another 10. And then he couldn't connect that. The Quasar, only 11 gems down here at the bottom of the map. Nothing really too threatening. Zelia with another good stun slows things down. Top side with Odin back to business. We might see that pop for defense. Arrow, this time it hits. Hits Gul'dan, but the combo misses from Karrigan. The Horrify was used as more of a defensive measure to save Erwin too. Can't use it to isolate somebody and try and take him down. But they can still, of course, attempt to defend. And they take down the Web Weaver at the top lane. And now down at the bottom of the map. Here we got it. Erwin gets attacked once again, and is low, and is dead. Now Dibbles will be back, of course, but they're going for more than only him. Alfredo's also in trouble, and that's Tyke's dropped, and the mid lane heavily assaulted as the onslaught continues. Another kill. It's a triple, baby. They go for Gul'dan, they go for Brightwing, and it's a quad kill, ladies. They take everything down. Everybody dead and dying with the exception of Menaldor. Mid lane gets attacked even further now. They're trying to open the gate up at the keep. What a setup. Bot lane also attacked, and yeah, let's take another look at this. So first Tychus falls after Diablo, then they go for Gul'dan, and with the Cocoon, the isolation on Brightwing is perfect and gets followed up with even more damage. Azerite himself is now sitting at 52 gems. It's nearly a solo turn-in. can easily get another Web Weaver wave, and that's the second one in a row. Dino is attacking the camp at the bottom of the map, so they're trying to go for it all. With Urel being this close, she can provide cover if needed. 13 talents already on both sides, so there's no talent advantage for this push. But of course, this is still problematic. Fell armor is in. We also got the spray and pray. And with 22,000 damage, Tychus is the top damage dealer for the boys in red. Now the Web Weavers are on the ground. It's 6 kills to 6 kills, dead even on the kill count. Fort in the mid lane has been destroyed. At the bottom of the map, it's already taken damage. And with now Siege Giants and Web Weavers attacking, if nobody else comes down here to help out Khaldor, then he is going to lose out on this fort. There's just no way to save this with all of that aggression. But most of those boys are now at the top lane, trying to go for a drop on the top fort. You know, Khaldor is actually doing a little bit better at the bot lane as I expected, but I don't think he can hold it in the long run as all of this continues. Nope, especially with the Urel now stalling out the wave. And they're giving up. They're retreating. They're retreating faster from the top lane than the US from Afghanistan. There we go. Everybody's just running away, abandoning the top fort. And here comes Team Wa dropping it. Easy. Too soon, by the way. Well, that's just what it is. 6 kills to 6. I'm a little bit weirded out by the fact that they just abandoned all of this, because now they lost 2 forts and, well, in total 3. And the main problem that I have with it is that big gap in experience, because now we have level 16 that nearly gets hit. And that is gonna be bad. That's a level lead with the talent, and they have 55 gems. That's another turn-in. I am not so sure that abandoning the top lane like this was really the best idea. Forcing a fight on level 15 might have been the only shot for them, because now we have Dino already attacking this one, and I don't know. They have 5 gems missing before they have another turn-in, so we talk potentially about boss plus turn-in and a 16 advantage? Are you kidding me? It's kinda nuts. Dino's soloing this shit, by the way. Yeah, he's soloing this crap. This is getting real dangerous here. Now, Khaldor is already moving through the bot lane, so he's at least pushing that back. So if the Web Weavers are taken, they would start pretty far behind, but Azerite is turning in. They have another 8 gems they need to deliver. Dino is already on it. Malfurion is timing this. This is a brutal push. This one is gonna hurt. They got level 16, or they will have it, the Comrades. But good luck stopping that without losing a keep, guys. Bot lane shouldn't become a problem until very... I mean, again, that lane is completely pushed out, as you can see. It's literally on the fort. But mid lane and top lane? Are you kidding me? They're gonna get crushed here. They're gonna get absolutely crushed. So, right now, that might even be a double keep that we're talking about. I'm a bit terrified for the Comrades. How do you stop that? I'm afraid that the answer to that question is you don't. 23,000 damage for Tychus. The top gets murdered. So now we have the top keep in trouble, especially since the mid keep has already been destroyed. So everybody can just focus on the top side. And at the bottom of the map, there's still a Web Weaver that is pushing in. I guess they can save that for now, but it's still going to take damage. And they're already in the middle in an attempt to take Khaldor down, who has to bunker up because he holds all the gems of the team. Keep at the top has taken some damage. Down here, they're trying to go through the side wall to enhance the bot lane push a bit further. And at least the wall will fall. So that is... Oh, the arrow! The follow-up attempt! They go for an Uberak though. Counter pressure. Nano with the ult, going for the Horrify, but he can't isolate anything. And the bottom keep is still taking damage as Avin is on the run. And he dies. Kerrigan finishes the job as he nearly got away. And now she's just hopping around. They're getting another kill. Urel looks at Kerrigan and says, hey, you're not the only one that can jump around like a bunny. Comes in and takes down Gul'dan. They go for Blaze, and that is game. Team Wa moves on to the next round of the winner bracket, everybody. A 3-0 victory over the Corridor Comrades. GG, well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.